AT.chaneru, one of the world's oldest and most fascinating civilizations. Between the years 1000 and 1900, this vast land witnessed incredible transformations. From the height of imperial glory to the struggles against foreign powers. In this video, we'll journey through 900 years of China's epic history. We'll explore the Song dynasty's golden age, the Mongol conquest, the splendor of the Ming, and the decline of the Qing, all leading up to the dawn of modern China. Our story begins with the Song dynasty, which ruled during one of China's most remarkable cultural and technological eras. By the year 1000, China was arguably the most advanced nation on Earth. Under the Song, cities like Kaifeng and Hangzhou bustled with trade, art, and groundbreaking science. It was during this time that the Chinese invented gunpowder, compass navigation, movable type printing, and paper money centuries before these innovations reached Europe. The economy boomed. Fueled by trade along the ancient Silk Road and the bustling Grand Canal, artists like Zheng Zeduan captured the vibrancy of everyday life in exquisite detail, while scholars advanced Confucian philosophy, shaping the ethical and political landscape for generations. But for all its cultural brilliance, the Song's military was comparatively weak. To the north, powerful invaders like the Jurchen and later the formidable Mongols were rising. This growing threat would ultimately lead to the dynasty's tragic fall. In 1271, Kublai Khan, the grandson of the legendary Genghis Khan, established the Yuan dynasty, incorporating China into the vast and powerful Mongol Empire. For the first time in its long history, all of China was ruled by foreigners. The Mongols, in their quest for conquest and control, inadvertently connected East and West like never before. This new era of exchange allowed travelers like the Venetian merchant Marco Polo to journey to China and bring back incredible tales of its wonders to a captivated Europe. However, Mongol rule was not without its problems. Heavy taxation, widespread corruption, and devastating famines began to weaken their grip on the land. Discontent grew among the people, and soon, rebellions erupted across the country. One of these uprisings, led by a humble peasant monk named Zhu Yuanzhong, would change the course of history forever. Zhu Yuanzhong drove out the Mongols and became Emperor Hongwu, founding the Ming dynasty, one of the most famous and celebrated in all of Chinese history. The Ming were determined to rebuild China's greatness and restore its traditional Han identity. They massively strengthened the Great Wall to defend against northern tribes, creating the iconic structure we know today. The capital was moved to Beijing, where the magnificent Forbidden City was constructed, a breathtaking symbol of imperial power and authority. Under Ming rule, China flourished once again in art, literature, and especially porcelain, which became prized around the world. It was also during this era that the great Admiral Zhang Yi commanded enormous treasure ships on incredible voyages across the Indian Ocean, reaching as far as the coast of Africa decades before Columbus set sail for the Americas. After Zheng Yi's final voyage, the Ming court grew wary of the outside world. The government turned inward, restricting foreign trade and contact in a policy of isolation. Over time, this insularity, combined with corruption, a series of weak emperors, and crippling internal rebellions, like the one led by the peasant Li Zicheng, weakened the dynasty. In 1644, Beijing fell. Then, a new power from the north entered the fray, the Manchus. The Qing dynasty, founded by the Manchus, would be China's final imperial era. Early Qing emperors like Kangxi and Qianlong were brilliant rulers who presided over one of the largest and wealthiest empires in the world. Under their command, China's borders expanded to include Tibet, Mongolia, and Xinjiang, creating a territory similar in size to the China we see today. But as the centuries wore on, a new global dynamic was emerging. While Europe was rapidly industrializing and modernizing, China began to fall behind. The Qing court resisted both modernization and increased trade with the West, viewing outsiders with suspicion. This policy had disastrous consequences when the British, desperate to balance their trade deficit, began smuggling opium into China. The devastating Opium Wars erupted, and a technologically outmatched China was forced to sign a series of humiliating treaties. The empire lost control of Hong Kong, faced catastrophic internal conflicts like the Taiping Rebellion, and watched as foreign powers carved out spheres of influence across its sovereign territory. By the late 1800s, reformers and revolutionaries began demanding radical change. The Boxer Rebellion in 1900, an anti-foreign uprising, only highlighted how desperate the situation had become. The old imperial order was collapsing, and within a decade, China's 2,000-year-old empire would finally come to an end. From the cultural brilliance of the Song dynasty to the complex struggles of the late Qing, these 9 centuries profoundly shaped the China we know today. It's a story of incredible invention, breathtaking beauty, and immense endurance. China's history is not just ancient, it's alive, and its legacy continues to influence the modern world in countless ways. If you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow history lovers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.